The AGM M5 smart feature phone. I've obviously done other smart feature phones in the past, but this one's a little bit different because this one actually has a T9 keyboard and it runs on a simplified version of Android. Right, what you get with it is just a data charging lead, instructions in many languages, and their support leaflet. Right, let's have a look inside. So push down on their heart and off he comes. Then you have another cover which actually is the seal to the battery. Inside is where you put your SIM cards and your memory card. Right, it's all back together. Don't forget to put the battery cover back on first. Right, let's boot them up and see what we got. Now this one runs on Android 8.1, but it has none of the Google services. It's quite a big phone. Right, unlock. Let's get the Wi-Fi on. So there's your Navi key with your 4 buttons around it. Press down, then left or right, settings, and Wi-Fi on. Let's just turn the Wi-Fi on so we get some connection. Menu. Now this one, I have put it into developers mode so that I can install other apps. Because there's no Google Play Store, you have to initially put an APK of some other store on. So, like at all phones, you've got your normal call history, messages, camera, basic browser, gallery, file manager, calculator, clear down the memory, a music player, call recorder, sound recorder, alarm clock. And being Android, you can set up many. Got your settings. Android 8.1. So you've got your back button there. Being aimed more at the industrial side of things, the torch LED is more to be used as a torch, not for cameras. Just long press the torch button and he is a decent torch. Right, unlock the phone. The 4 shortcuts: FM radio, basic sound controllers. Even on its quietest, it's very loud. You can do some quite complex apps on here. It's a bit hit and miss because Some work really well, some don't. All depends how the app is optimized, because it is only a very small screen, 320 by 240 resolution. There is YouTube clients to download. Various games work on here okay, no problem at all. To close apps, scroll up, and then use a touchscreen. Touchscreen's very responsive. In fact, the phone is very responsive. Comparative other comparative iOS phones is another world. Probably the worst thing on this phone is the browser. Typical set of settings. Not much internal memory, so you will need to put a memory card in if you want to use it as a music player. Calendar. This is just a calendar for the phone. It doesn't synchronize with any external cloud services, so it won't be to your Google Calendar. The camera is very basic, and even though it's 2 megapixel on the front camera, it's of a very poor even by 2 megapixel camera standards. The pictures are very washed out. The FM radio is good because it doesn't need to have a headphone plugged in, which is just as well, because to keep it watertight, there isn't one. Now let's have a look at some of the other apps I've put on. This is just purely from me. I put on Amazon App Store, Antenna Pod for podcast, Bluemail for emails. That's quite a good email client. And I put 2 extra stores on as well. Aptoid, and F-Droid. Now this phone did actually come pre-installed with Skype and Facebook Lite as well, and WhatsApp. The beauty of this phone, compared to like the iOS phones, which purport to be smart feature phones, this version of WhatsApp can do video and voice calls. The camera on this phone is pretty poor. It says 2 megapixel. Fixed focus. And if you look at the gallery app, there's no editing. But it is functionable, and here's some more examples. Summary: if you just want a basic phone for work with the need for 4G capability, to be able to use it off Wi-Fi, use it as a hotspot, and not have to be precious with it because it's quite industrial, this could be the phone you're looking for. It's dual SIM as standard. Very good phone. But it hasn't got Google services. But you can add extra apps by putting it into developer mode. And they tell you how to do that in the instruction book. I had to do it initially to get an update for WhatsApp. But contacting their support team, they got back to me within minutes. But it was in the book. So perhaps I should have read it, because it's not that long really. Because there's no Google synchronization, you do have to find other ways to put your contacts in. I Bluetoothed them over. Any questions? Just ask. Thanks for watching.